Okay, time to begin. Had some nice lemon honey tea last night to help my throat out after all that voice acting yesterday, which I will be doing again next week. But for today, the stream is Beasts of Maravilla Island. And after tinkering with it for a couple minutes, it is a photography game in the vein of Pokemon Snap. And as disfortune, I suppose, would have it for the developers, when they released it in 2021, new Pokemon Snap came out at like the exact same time, which is just that's gotta feel real demoralizing. All right, guys, we have the market cornered. We're the only photography game of the year. What was that you said? Pikachu. So let's get started. Delete that test file so we can start fresh. The world is full of magic, patiently waiting for our senses to become sharper. Warner Brothers yeet.
When I was young, my grandpa used to fill my head with crazy stories about a magical island. As I grew older, I knew better than to believe in old fairy tales. So, why am I doing this? Going to a fictional place I only remember in my dreams.
My dearest Marina, do not mourn me when I am gone. I have lived a life in service of the beautiful creatures of this earth. A lifelong passion I hope I passed on to you. People think Maravilla Island is a myth, and every day it is losing itself. Yet nobody can act. How can we say what we do not know? Notice the stories living around you. Everything is interesting. Look closer. So, I leave you my camera and my journal. Photograph Maravilla's majesty and bring back something beautiful to share with the world.
That bird had banana peels, and that's a fat bird. Oh, that's a borb if I ever seen one. Oh, look at it go. That borb can't fly. Okay, I'm on my own from here, until tomorrow morning anyway. Gosh, I hope this is the right island, otherwise this is going to be one short adventure. Also, it didn't look like that ship sailed into the horizon, it looked like it sailed up the horizon. Oh boy, I hope this is the right island. What do you think, glowing deer? Whatever it was, it looks like it's gone now.
Am I going crazy?
Oop. I saw that clipping. You can't hide from me. No, you can't hide from me. You trying. There it is. Can I photograph? Oh, it's trying. It wants to live. Alright. You can have this one. Beetle. That's a beetle. Great job. That beetle was a creature of the island. Animals are placed in your photo book based on which environment you found them in. Use A and D to flip the pages. You can find the different environments of the island and the photos you've taken by turning the pages. Press escape to put your photo book away. You can always open it again by pressing F to look at your photos. I bet there are critters all over the island. I wonder how many of them I can photograph. Got a dedicated whistle button.
Wow!
These are unlike any critters I've ever seen back in Los Angeles.
I read about this in Grandpa's journal.
That's not what your text box says. I remember I used to love flipping through this journal as a kid. It's been a long time, though. I barely remember what's in it. I should jot these animals down so I remember what to look for. The bugs of Maravilla Island consist of many durable species. Gem-like structures on abdomen. It appears the crystalline structures on their bodies are not present from pupation. Rather, the creatures build them up throughout their adult life, minus the giant snails. The Maravillan butterflies exhibit unique striking patterns. Some of them even disguise themselves to look like other animals. This makes them particularly intimidating or confusing to predators, but to us it gives a sense of wonder. Eye-like markings, but a fish-like wings. A quick observation of the jungle's canopy greeted me with some of its most curious birds. They have a penchant for mimicking the native flora of their homes, specifically flowers and fruits. Banana peel? Imagine my surprise when I wanted to take a cutting of a plant, only to have what I assumed to be a flower fly off from my hand. Grandpa, Marina, Maravilla Island. Yeah, that's the intro. Okay.
Wow.
Grandpa always said this island and its inhabitants are magical. I can see that now. The more photos of animals I collect, the more people will understand and care about this island, like he did. Imagine if I just left now. I'm like, Ruby Beetle, guys. Do you want to see more? I don't know. It's over there. We could just sail to it. No clipping through the trees. That's rude. Tangerine bird. I can sneak. I can whistle while I sneak.
Oh.
I think I remember Grandpa mentioning that the plants on this island are photosensitive. Maybe the flash from my camera would be enough to make that glowing flower bloom. Now that's photosensitive. All it needed was a little flash to shoot a beam of light. And the stalk it grew is something out of a fairy tale. Well, if it's anything like the fairy tale, I might be able to climb it. Skitter, 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 skitter. All the way up to the giants. Let's go. That doesn't look like I can drop off it. Now I have to climb all the way back down. Okay, I can let go from here. Hands off the controller. You just sort of... No! You just sort of climb down when you hit let go. Camera in this game leaves a little to be desired. Oh, on top of that branch, they seem so familiar. Like they're on the title screen or something. Yes, their tail twining is a giveaway. It's a Maravillan queso bird? Monkey? I should look at the journal. Rainbow-crested Quetzal monkey. Remember, Grandpa wrote down this information down to help you. If you're ever stuck, check the journal. The monkeys of paradise choose to nest in the understory layer of Maravilla's forest, hiding from predators. Decorative crest. These affectionate monkeys twine their tails together in times of stress, or just to let one another know that they care. It's as comforting to them as a hug. These monkeys sometimes twine tails all night and wake up with bedhead on their fur. Rainbow-crested Quetzal monkeys. Grandpa was quite the scientist, but these colorful friends are just cute bird monkeys. Wait, bird monkey. Binky, much better. It says in the journal that these creatures twine their tails together. I should get a photo. Sneak, 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 sneak. I got him. Well, that was a cute photo. Where should I put it? This is a primary creature. There's a primary creature in each environment. In the jungle, it is a rainbow-crested Quetzal monkey. Every primary creature has 4 documented behaviors. When you capture one, it is an objective photo. Objective photos will appear in their labeled spots under the environments in the photo book. And new Pokemon Snap also does something like this, and the devs of this game must be like, oh, come on! If you take more photos of the same subject, select the displayed photo in the photo book, and to view those photos, you can replace the displayed photos at any time by selecting from these extra photos. Try taking several photos of the tail twinning binkies and select your favorite. I keep hitting F to open up the camera. There. The first one was my favorite game, thank you. Toucan beak. Maybe I should take a picture of it? Yeah. Because you can't jump or anything, and you move kind of slowly.
Hello.
It's under that tree. Hi, buddy. Maybe it'll come say hi if I whistle. I hit F again. It's the fat bird! Mango Capico? I don't think so. I think that's a fat burb. I think that's a borb. Gotta crouch under logs. That's how you know this is a real game. Oh, I spooked it. Well, I could have taken a picture of that, of it flying, of that behavior, if you'd let me, game. I like how it limits you to 20 pictures, but only until you put away the camera, and then it's like, yeah, you can have some more. Oh! Malachite grasshopper. Is this something I can climb? Yeah. Where does it want me to go, though? Up here. Well, there's more banana burbs. Imagine doing this in real life and being like, I'm gonna fall. I'm gonna fall. Yeah. Can't go forward. It doesn't let you fall, incidentally. Ah, climb this, I imagine. I don't think I've gotten that bird yet. Or maybe I have. Yeah, it's the hibiscus plumed dove. I think Grandpa might have needed to have his prescription checked. Where did that gliding binky go? It must be around here somewhere. Because, sure, the birds kind of look like the things they're imitating from a distance, but he tried to take a cutting. Like, he was right next to it. Wow, those binky nests, but where are the binkies? I wonder if I can coax them down with my whistle. I imagine that's another behavior. Natural shot, gliding, singing, courtship dance. Yeah, I suppose they don't want to do anything else there. You gotta Go to all the places to get all the behaviors. Oh. We got an aphid alert. I suppose it's not really an aphid. Kind of looked like an aphid. Oh, it's got a face. Hey, got the gliding. Like, it's obviously unfair, right, to compare this game to New Pokemon Snap. But, like, New Pokemon Snap was really good. I hit F again, and I would want another game that's just as good. What I'm saying is I want to be able to throw apples at these animals. Got more little guys alert. That's a cute picture. Two of the different birds together. Banana hibiscus tea. Wow, these Binkies are socializing by singing to each other. If I could just mimic their voices, I might be able to bring one closer to me. I better listen to their song closely. I don't want to offend them. So what, do I just... Yeah, I suppose that's good enough. Oh, okay, you can hold the whistle. That's how things are different. Mushroom. Mushrooms don't count? Okay, yeah they do. I just missed. All plants. That's it, that's all the plants. This jungle has a biodiversity of, like, 12. Barnacles. Longhorn beetle. Like I already know that I have all the plants, but like, what if I had more all of the plants? Honestly, it seems like you move just about as fast with the camera up, which feels weird. Seems like you should probably slow down a little bit. But you do move pretty slowly in general. This little guy's trying to attract a girl, but he's just not impressive enough. Maybe I can be his wingman and help him out. I think Grandpa said something about Binky courtship and lights in the journal. Copy the tunes. Will be miracle if I get any sleep. Classification of animals, other primates. Monkeys have a unique relationship between their courtship dance and light. Exposure causes their fur and feathers to change colors. In my experience, the dim sunlight that penetrates the canopy isn't enough to trigger a reaction, but a strong beam of light has stunning results. Incredible! Presumably there's one of those beam flowers. Okay. It would be rude to wake it. Okay. Take this little fruit the snail wants, put it over here.
Wow.
I better grab a photo of the happy couple. Is that all of them? Nah, that's all of them. Yeah, that's good enough for me. Alright, I got all the pictures of the monkeys. What else do I do? It just body checked me. It just moved him. Just uprooted him. And would you believe that the last thing you take a picture of in New Pokemon Snap is Xerneas, which is basically that thing? It must have just been so frustrating. God, they're scared of it. What was that? That was huge. Where'd all the Binkies go? Were they scared of it too? That can't be good. Why is my backpack vibrating? Well, the gem's glowing. I've never seen it do that before. I've got to keep going and figure out what all this means. Still feel like I could just head back at this point and people will be like, huh, that's pretty weird. We should check it out. Like, I think you have enough information at this point to lead an expedition, like a properly funded one. I say properly funded. You got a boat. There it is again. That deer thing keeps showing up around the island. Is it following me, or am I following it? Well, it's time for a level transition. But, yeah. Don't worry, I'm not concerned about 100% completion or anything. Okay. I thought it was going to be in the cave, you know. Sweet glowing trumpets. Achoo, what is this stuff? Of course, glowing flowers would drop glowing pollen. Now I fit right in with the rest of the plants. That is not good for it. It seems these strange friends like my new shining style. I wonder if they think I'm a flower with this pollen on me. Hot dogs. Forbidden hot dogs. It just came out. All rolled in the fern. It's gone. I love it. Yeah, incredible. Well, everything here is so connected. The fireflies help the tree drop its fruit, which makes the frog glow after it eats it. Wonder if that fruit would make me glow. but it's probably not the best idea to eat weird glowing magic fruit. I'll stick with my trail mix. Whomp. Oh, more worms. Oh, that's a good frog. Something new. I don't know what I took a picture. I believe you that there's a frog in there. Really, I do. That's a good frog. You'll bab frogs. I got it, technically. There's no way you can see it. That's a regular Bigfoot picture there. I'm gonna call it a pantherfish, a pantherdile. It's like a panther crocodile. I wouldn't get close to that. I don't like animals that laugh at me. Ah, it soaked me. I'm not sure what I expected, but it definitely wasn't that. What a rascal. At least it's cute. Otter? Crocodile? Otterdile? I wonder if my grandpa wrote about these mischievous otterdiles. Maravillan scaled otter. By the rivers of Maravilla nests a family of curious mammalian reptiles. The classification of these creatures is hard to decipher, much like the creatures I encountered in the canopy a few days ago. These creatures have an otter-like body, but swim laterally, a characteristic similar to reptiles, such as crocodiles. They are extremely acrobatic and perform masterful flips before they dive to grab objects from the riverbed. It seems they have fun doing it, too. Just a... I had to blow my nose again. These creatures have a unique hunting method to conserve energy for playtime. They stay very still and camouflage as logs. Whistling is a play behavior. Doing so will invite the scaled otter to prank you with water play, by spitting water at you. I was given one or two unintended baths by making high-pitched noises near bodies of water. Today I witnessed something amazing. A swarm of fireflies flew across the river, ripening a fruit with their light. When the otters eat this luminous fruit, chemical reactions within their bodies cause them to glow like a discotheque. Mere drawings cannot capture the beauty of their dazzling scales. I'm soaked with river water and otter spit. I suspected they were defending territory, but after observing them spraying water at each other and any other interesting targets, it's clear they are having fun at my expense. I splashed them back, and that earned me a place in the family. Today one of the otters gifted me a smooth stone from the riverbed. Its shape and pattern are both captivating. I considered taking it with me as a keepsake, but something stayed in my hand. I'm gonna take that. I had a strange notion that taking something from the island, even something as trivial as a pebble, might disrupt the delicate balance of the ecosystem. I am running low on supplies, and despite how kind the island has been to me thus far, I do not think I am brave enough to try and subsist off its unidentified plants. It seems I must draw my current expedition to a close. I am eager to share what I have discovered. What dwells here is something that deserves to be cherished by the world. I could not locate this place on any chart, so I must use some guesswork in trying to return to the mainland. I'm no expert, but I think my navigation skills are sufficient to bring me home. As I stand on the beach now, I feel a sort of sadness, not just within myself, but in the air around me. The island has been my greatest adventure, and I can only hope that this will not be its final chapter. Goodbye for now, Maravilla, but not forever. So we got whistling, splashing, logs to consider. Let's take a better picture of this. Not that I'll replace the picture in the book or anything, but I know I have a better picture. That's what counts. Strider. And a lotus. Actually, do the lily pads count? Yeah. It's easy to forget. Like, that's a plant, not just a platform. And pebble. You want me to have a pebble? Are you my friend? There, I splashed you. It's just like, does the game still think I have it? Like, I can probably get its flipping behavior. Yeah, oh well. That flip is so fast, I don't know if it would count. What is this, some sort of hide and seek? Alright, you little rascal, I'll play. Now where could you be? Does it keep giving me question marks? These ones actually are logs, though. But you, though. That one was real. Oh, more quality frogs. Silly, that's not a plant. That's just a fern. Oh, right, the logs. I was like, what's a question mark? Right, the logs say they're question marks to not spoil it. I think that otter dial is still hiding around here. Ah, can't go forward. I mean, I caught it once. I guess it moved on to somewhere else, like right there. Is that good enough? I heard a boom, 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 boom. Yeah, that was good enough. Got some griffin, panther, lion, tiger, cat. Whoa, it's so intimidating up close. Now I get why the binkies from earlier ran off. Why does it seem so angry? I haven't done anything wrong, have I? And the gem piece is going off again, even more intensely than before. Are the two connected? I have to figure out what's going on. But how did Grandpa expect me to handle that fierce creature? I have to keep going. I can do this. I just wanted you to explore into the island a little bit and take a few pictures, not fight the guardian of the island. The frogs keep improving. Oh, they do keep improving. And beetles. Gamers don't look up. Gamers don't look up. Oh. I was rewarded. You have anything to say to me? It already has light shining on it, but it's not glowing. Maybe these plants need light and water to grow. And I already know how much this rascal loves spitting water at stuff. Oh, camera. Camera, behave. I gonna spit water at it / me. Oh yeah, whistling. Oh, it's a good thing it knows to extend itself after there's weight on it. Ah, the photos slowly recharge. That's the... Got it. Got it. We can go home, folks. Got the island spirit. Seems like my Otterdile friend wants some fruit. That looks just like the tree from before, but it's so much larger than the first one. Well, I know that fireflies can help the tree drop its fruit, but I think it's going to take a lot of fireflies to do the trick. Come on, Pollen, don't fail me now. Let's befriend some fireflies. And they start licking. Yum, 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 yum. Oh. It's so many quality frogs. Well, I don't see any of the fireflies. Maybe they're across here. Oh yeah, there they are. Looks like there's 4 more groups of fireflies up on the rocks. I'm sure they can help me light up this huge tree. I just need to find a way to get up to them. Well, there's a puzzle piece. And a puzzle. That's close enough, I guess. I didn't get it exactly right, but, you know. Oh, but then there's another one. I can just keep taking it, I guess. I'll just take this thing up here, and the snail's gonna be like, yeah, I want. The Otterdile's making more of a seal sound. A seal. Okay, okay. Suppose I can put this down for the little guy. Let's do it over here. I suppose I can put it in the place it's supposed to be. Otter. Eee. That part of speedrunning this would be kind of frustrating. I didn't check to see if this game has any sort of speedrunning community. It feels like it might not. But at the same time, it has qualities that I like, which is that it wouldn't be too hard. This should be enough fireflies. Come on, friends, let's go light up that tree. Whoop. No. contextual jumps. Because just getting near it, she's like, I gotta go on. Like, I wonder... Yeah, you can skip cutscenes. So that's good for a speedrun. Ah. Yeah, now there's two. And they're laughing at me again. That's weird. I don't like it. I should add that there's a thing in new Pokemon Snap whereby Pokemon glow mysteriously because the creators of this game just can't have anything to themselves, can they? Although it seems that's more just this level, you know, this dark glowing part of the forest, not the whole game. Seems the only thing this game gets to have is being explorative as opposed to on rails. Those are seal sounds that I hear. I know them. I know. I should probably take a picture, huh? I know baby seal learns to swim. That's not a real plant. I mean it's not. But, like, that's not a real thing you can take a picture of. What's this? Okay. I could not, I was half delirious when they found me adrift at sea. Maybe that's why no one believed me. When I told them of Maravilla's magic, they dismissed me without a second thought. I suppose I was lucky to have been found at all. They may not believe me, but I will prove it to them. I can find my way back. I know I can. I will get proof this time. I will prove to them that there is something out there greater than us all, something worth protecting. I'll do whatever it takes. He never told me he came back to the island. Wait, what did he mean by whatever it takes? Did Grandpa do something? I thought he wanted to help the creatures of the island. It just doesn't make any sense. I mean, if someone saw these frogs and wasn't immediately enraptured, I don't know what you can do to convince them, because they're clearly lost. Ready to adventure onward? Sure. I don't think I got all the behaviors. I didn't get the flip. But whatever. I don't care. Oh. Beetle. Isopods. Rose quartz isopods. Start a war. That's Brock. That's a tale of something. When I arrived on Maravilla for the second time, I progressed as quickly as I could through the jungle and river, hoping to find my answer in the untapped depths of the island. I was rewarded with a breathtaking vista of towering rocks and endless sky, and some familiar bugs. Generally, their colors were more understated than those I'd seen before. There are some exceptions, of course. I've run into a few species with stunning patterns and colors that they are more than happy to show off. Oh, it's the dancing jumping spider. Ha! Here. Hey, ha, hoo. The reptiles of the plateau are a hardy lot. Their hides are coated in plates and spines which resemble various metals. They are the most cautious out of any creature I've discovered thus far, with each having a unique defense mechanism. It is logical to conclude there must be a particularly fearsome predator here to warrant their wariness, but I've yet to encounter anything of the sort. I have had an encounter with one of the plateau's avian residents that made me fear for a moment that I had been thrown back in time. Indeed, the birds here share little resemblance with those I saw in the jungle and have traits which border on saurian, or perhaps dinosaurian would be more apt. It is possible that they are a surviving evolutionary link between reptiles and birds, making them something like living fossils. I hope they're not trying to say that dinosaurs are reptiles, because they're not. They're birds. They were always birds. They lay eggs because they're birds. They have feathers because they're birds. I'll die on this hill. They're just birds without a keel bone. And they're big. But there was lots of megafauna in the extra olden time. Just prickly pear. Just you know, some prickly pear cactus. Barrel cactus. Agave. Fine. Bees. Bees. All sorts of things there. Oh, yucca. It says there's something new here. Giant Island Tortoise. I believe you. Just sort of scan across, look for new, and take a picture of that, even if you can't actually see what you're taking a picture of. Oh, it's these. Well, now it's a bee. A citron beetle. There's a better shot of the tortoise. With flowers on its back, so it doesn't stand out. But it also does stand out. But don't worry about it. Big birds. Oxidized chameleon. And mirror spiders. And a better shot of the... That's the perfect shot of the turtle. Well, I haven't found the special animal here yet, but I've found a lot of things. This is going back, right? Yeah, no, that's going back. If I come up and there's, yeah, immediately cacti. Is this a dead end and I was just supposed to come out here to take pictures? I don't think so. And what's with all the desert plants in this? Not a desert. Come on. I believe. Let's try again. There we go. Contextual jumps are an easy shortcut to making something like that, but doesn't mean it's a good way of doing it. Way up there, super washed out from the sunlight. There's an owl, probably. Caw-caw! Growl, growl, caw-caw! Oh, is that the creature I've been seeing? It's flying a little too close for comfort. Does it want something from me? Grandpa must have seen a beast like this on his trips here. But that's gotta be that winged jaguar he used to tell me about when I was a kid. I remember that one was important to him, but I can't remember why. Did he write anything about it in his journal? As I progressed to the top of the plateau, I was confronted by a fearsome guardian, a miraculous and terrifying beast who nests above the clouds, fiercely defending its territory. It soars above the rocky landscape with its enormous, powerful wings. I can only imagine the strength it must have, the golden-crowned griffin. I have little experience with this fearsome flying creature, except that it came howling from the sky and knocked me away with a tornado-like gust from a flap of its massive, feathered wings. As I wove through the rocky pillars in a panic, the mighty beast ruffled its head feathers and pounced directly at me. I was able to barely escape behind an earthen spire as the beast, in all of its glorious, terrible fury, slammed into the rock and was dazed. There was a flash and an almost musical sound of thunder, and suddenly before me was a humming shard of magic that seemed to pulse with a mystical energy, proof floating before my eyes. I instantly knew this was the prize that I sought, and overcome with desperation to prove myself, I took it without thinking and ran for my life. I barely made it back to the safety of the river, and behind me I could hear an earth-shattering roar that shook me to my core. I recovered what I came here for, but something isn't right. I can't shake the feeling that I have committed a grave wrong. From the deck of my boat, Maravilla grows smaller on the horizon, and the gem I took so carelessly rests heavy and lifeless in my hand. I've betrayed my own values in stealing something precious from the place I hold so dear. Perhaps if I hadn't been so set on proving myself right, perhaps if I had just taken the time to consider my actions. But it's too late for that now. The magic of the island itself turns me away from its shores. The winds and waves lash against my boat, forcing me further and further out to sea. I can only pray that someday, somehow, Maravilla can find it in its heart to forgive me. Well, presumably, we'll be fighting, or surviving. Just a moment ago, the plants were so vibrant and alive, but everything here is so dead and bleak. What could have caused this? We'll be fighting the Guardian in some capacity, and then it will drop the other half of the shard, and then I'll take that and go home a millionaire! Well, it has a full gem on its forehead. She's dead now. Disemboweled. Oh, he's got the book. I need that for my pictures. Thanks for the platforms, Dad. No, my journal! Grandpa left that for me. Please, it's all I have left of him. Wait, the gem on that creature's head, it looked just like the one on the cover of the journal. Is that what it really wants? And it's suffering what's caused the... Is it suffering what caused the plants here to die? Well, the gem on its forehead looked complete to me. If that's the case, I should give it the gem back before this decay reaches the rest of the island. You got it back. That might heal it, I hope. I suppose there's no point in taking pictures now, so that I don't have... No, I still have the picture. In fact... Oh, okay. I got a little sheet of paper left. I kept one. Not a great picture of that, but that's good enough. Running up a slope like this, you could feel it. How tall, stupid mountain. Return the slab. Return the slab. Return the slab. Again, he's already got it back. I could go. Sorry that my grandpa took your crystal. You have it back now. Do you need some help? You need me to, like, pluck it loose? Yeah, gotcha. That's the new Pokemon Snap skills I got working on. I did 100% it, at least before the updates. I got all behaviors, all Pokemon, though I didn't get all S ranks, or all diamonds, rather. Because that, oh, that's bad. A little skull. Neat. Not important enough for her to jot down. But all Pokemon, all behaviors was plenty challenging. And some of them, you gotta take those pictures real quick. Alright, I gotta get it to charge into those pillars. Okay, I see. It wasn't the one on its forehead, it's more on the one on the back top of its head, right next to its collar? That's the one that's in half. Jeez, it could have killed me, but it didn't. Was that just a warning? I guess it doesn't know I'm trying to help it yet. And what is this, another temple? It's really falling apart. What even was this place? I bet the Griffin took the journal to the top of the tower. I just need to find a way up there. Okay, stay calm, Marina. Just avoid the massive claws on the angry Griffin and you'll be just fine. Oh boy. Yeah. 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 Yeah, but you don't like that. I just went straight through it. I got most or all of the behaviors now. I mean, flapping your wings isn't very helpful, Mr. Jaguar. One more. You know you want to. Come get me, a little baby. It's just... It's sweeped. Yeah, I don't need to worry about anything until it ruffles its feathers. Hey, Jummy. Come get me. Ouch. Well, I got hit, and it clearly didn't matter. Avoid it, or don't. I'm not your boss. It can't swipe at me here, but Grandpa did mention its powerful wings, and I bet this hallway acts just like a wind tunnel. One flap of its wings and I'd be blown all the way back to where I'm standing. I know getting the Griffin's gem back will be worth it, but it's a good thing I love you, Grandpa, because this is intense. Sure. I don't think that really worked. Like, I was thinking you had to stand behind the pillars, but then it was blowing me back, like, orthogonal from them. That didn't make... perpendicular to them. That didn't make any sense. I'm like, do I stand on this side of the pillar or on this one? I better watch my step. The ground here looks like it could collapse at any minute. What if I just push that boulder onto him? He's not suffering if he did. I suppose I go back down. That makes sense. Ah, jeez. I don't want to step where there's, like, some holes. That's weird. Does that help? Well, I need to get back up then. Taking a picture at that range doesn't work, and I just noticed it, so... Gotta go the slow way. There we go. I like when you hit let go, it just automatically makes her climb to the dismount point instead of, you know, making her let go. Almost there. Don't worry, big, scary kitty. I'll get you your gem back. Marina, don't you think it's rather patronizing to assume that it can't pluck the gem from the book itself? I mean, it has it. It doesn't take much finesse. He's got teeth. He can leverage. Look both sides before taking the journal. Before crossing the threshold. Oh, the elk is here. Expecto Patronum. Oh, now we get cuddles. Get some hover hand cuddles. Because making two skin textures touch is really hard. Really hard to do without clipping. Healing barks. Yeah. I suppose getting him roaring would have been a behavior.
We cannot say what we do not know.
Hurts.
So it is our duty to share the magic of this island with the world.
At least there is one thing that really separates this from New Pokemon Snap, and that's that this isn't as gamey, as arcadey. It's more narrative, it's more explorative, and for what it's worth, while New Pokemon Snap does have a narrative, it's garbage. It is hot trash. And this is merely average. So it's a lot better. Just a simple little environmental message. As opposed to, oh, look at the Pokemons. I can't even mockingly retell the story because it's just such nothing in New Pokemon Snap, and it's not skippable either. I wish it just wasn't there. And I have no similar complaints to this other than, like, the camera misbehaving. Although the camera misbehaving in a photography game is a kind of a big problem. But it's not that big of a problem just because you don't need any fast reactions. Everything sort of stays still for you. I think if you really wanted to have a high quality photography game that's more explorative, you would have to include doing things to make the animals come out. Nature photography is like really hard. Animals don't just sit on the pathway all nice for you to take pictures of. They notice you and they scamper off. They're camouflaged. There aren't that many of them, all things told. You want pictures of bugs? You can get pictures of ants or flies real easy. Maybe some fish. But you want, like, pictures of big animals? Those suckers are hard to find. Never mind the ones that are, like, dangerous. So you could have a game where you have to set harmless traps, set bait for animals to show up and ambush them. But then that would take the issue of, oh, you are waiting. Because real nature photography is a lot of waiting. It is so much waiting. Or you could have some gameplay of setting up timed cameras, because that's honestly one of the best ways of doing nature photography these days. And that all, that's an option on how to do things. Doing it this way is where it was essentially just a walking simulator. It's not what you should do if you have money. If you have the money to make a big game. A high budget version of this should not do this, but like 10 more levels. That would get really boring. Rather, a high budget version of this would have to either do what I was talking about, or do like Pokemon Snap and make it gamey and arcadey, where you're like on rails, and it's more puzzly on how you get Pokemon, how you get animals to behave in certain ways, or some of them are only available to take pictures of for a short time, or they move around quickly, things like that. You have to do one or the other. Just having this where the animals are practically sitting out for you, waving and smiling for your camera, you wouldn't want that to be any more than this, hour and a half long game. So if you had the big dollars to make a photography game, but in a big scale, you wouldn't be able to do this. The biggest draw of this was seeing, like, what did the cute animals look like? And nothing beat the fat Borb, so it really peaked early. Excuse me. I am not watching Kickstarter backer credits. Come on. When I played Mighty Number 9, I actually decided to let the credits go and see how long. It's 4 hours long, famously. It wasn't 4 hours long for me because it crashed like 20 minutes in, which was the third crash of that game. The fat Borb comes back. The best one. And it looks like that's it. A short, snacky little game. I don't think this was in the Racial Justice Bundle or the Palestine Bundle. I think this was in, like, one fairly recently that was a bit small and was, like, nature-themed. It came with Wolf Quest. Considering this came out in 2021, it definitely couldn't have been the Racial Justice Bundle, because that happened in 2020. But yeah, that's it, I guess. There's nothing else to do. So I'll see you tomorrow, 2 p.m., same time as always, for DAP. I don't know what DAP is, but it's what I'll be playing.